Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, and a happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. We're going to be celebrating the snakes being banished from Ireland by looking at four-leaf renban and this four-leaf clover-shaped puzzle by Jeff Wages. I think that's how you say Jeff's name. I'm never 100% sure. It's been recommended. It's very popular. 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty. A very symmetrical setup indeed. Yeah, okay, there's just going to be some the stalk and this breaking the symmetry. I think actually there's a V over there that I didn't spot. So there's one V in the puzzle, one V domino, and lots of X dominoes. And I'll read you the rules of this puzzle in a moment or two's time. I've actually just popped the webcam on, having noticed that there is a new video on the great maths channel Numberphile today, which is the second video featuring Cracking the Cryptic. So I was in a video a few months ago when I talked about the Fistamafel ring, and today Mark has talked about a fantastic Mr. Menace puzzle. Using modular arithmetic. So, I mean, it's just an amazing crossover for us. I cannot tell you, for little old Cracking the Cryptic to appear on Numberphile of all things, a channel we've watched and admired for years and years. It really is. It's quite a boon, and yeah, I recommend it to you. I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen. Now, do I have anything else to tell you? Other than Numberphile, other than we're on Numberphile, I don't think there's much. I haven't managed to record any Islands of Insight yet this weekend. I might get a chance tonight, and if I do, that will pop up on Patreon as soon as I've recorded it. And I've got some birthdays to do. Actually, let me do the birthdays. I'm going to start off with, it could be David, it could be David. I'm pretty sure it's not David. I just don't know. I think even David or David's name has different pronunciations depending on where David or David is from. And anyway, David or David has turned 16 today, and apparently our videos have managed to get him into puzzles. So I'm delighted to hear that. Happy 16th birthday, my friend. I hope you have an enormous slab of chocolate cake to celebrate. And then next, Nina. Nina has turned 4 today, and I know this because her father Hamish over there in Japan has written to us. And Nina, I understand you've been working on 4x4 Sudokus with your daddy's help at the age of 4. That is amazing. And you've been creating art using Sudoku pad. I did actually snip some of your art. Can I show anybody? Yes, I can. Look, here we go. This is Nina, aged 4, creating beautiful patterns using Sudoku pad. The colours are out in force there. I love that. So Nina, many happy returns. I'm sure you'll be having cake, and I hope it's chocolate cake, and I hope you have a great birthday. And that's all the news. Let's turn our attention to doing some Sudoku solving. These are the rules of 4-leaf renban by Jeff Wages. Here we go. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. Digits connected by an X or V sum to 10 or 5 respectively. Not every X and V is given. What that means is, let's say these squares were at 1 and this was a 9. Obviously 1 and 9 do sum to 10. So there could have been an X separating these two cells, but there isn't. And it doesn't matter that there isn't. It's still perfectly possible that these do add up to 10. We're just being told positive information, if you like, about each of these dominoes individually. These definitely do add to 10. Others may add to 10 or 5, but we don't know that. And then each pink line contains a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So if this square here was a 1, then this would have to contain 1, 2 and 3, and they could be in any order. They don't have to go 1, 2, 3, so we could do that. If on the other hand this is 9, then these would have to be 9, 8, 7, and they could be in that order or that order. So that's how pink lines work. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, I can see how to start this puzzle actually for once, which is a rare treat for me. Because I think if we take a quick look at the middle box of the puzzle, we can ask a question about 5. Now 5 is a difficult digit to put on in an X domino because of the rules of Sudoku. If you obviously put 5 in one cell, you have to put 5 in the other so that the domino adds to 10. And that's going to mean 5 can't go in any of those squares. So I think 5 goes in the middle of the grid straight away. Which means this renban line, well, it means the renban line goes in one direction. So it is a Harry Styles agreeable line. What do I mean by it goes in one direction? Well, it can't be. We can't go from 5 and put 4 and 6 into those two squares. So the 5 cannot be the middle of the sequence, sort of mathematically or from a values perspective. Because if it is, both of these would be 4 and 6, and both of their x's would be 4 and 6, and we'd have far too many 4s and 6s in box 5. And what that means is that one of the digits is going to be a 4 or a 6, and then the other will be moving towards the extreme. So if this was 4, then this would have to be 3. And if this was 6, this would have to be 7. And obviously if that's 6, that has to be 7. If that's 4, that has to be 3. So this is it's moving towards an extremity from the 5. It doesn't take the two middly digits, the 4 and the 6, as well on the line. Yeah, okay. So because of that, one of these dominoes is 4 and 6, and the other is 3 and 7. Because it doesn't matter. That's weird. So if that's 4, because that's 3, that will be 7. But if that's 6, that will be 7, and that will be 3. So you're always going to get a 3-7 domino and a 4-6 domino in this little tetromino here, which means these squares are 1, 2, 8. Oh, misclick, lost my army. 1, 2, 8, 9. Now, can we do anything with this? No. I think the technical answer to that is no. I did wonder when I first saw this grid whether it was Fistomophelian in nature. I don't think it might be, but I'm not going to go there straight away. How long are these lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yes, this is a line. Okay, I hadn't. That just doesn't look like a length 9 line to me. But the way I'm now seeing it is that obviously it's spanning 8 cells in box 1. That's so strange. Okay, well that's quite important, isn't it? That means that digit's the same as that digit, I think. But because we can't repeat a digit along one of the leaves of this clover, this digit cannot appear again in any of those squares, and yet it must appear in box 1 somewhere. So that square and that square are sort of the same. Should we make those light green? So that's 1, 2, 8, or 9. And that's going to be, right, that logic is going to be the same everywhere, isn't it? That one has to go in the corner there. So we'll make those 3, 4, 6, 7. These ones can be blue. They can be, so that's 3, 4, 6, 7. And that one can be red. And that's 1, 2, 8, 9. So how, we've got the V domino to think about. That's got to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, I'm not sure actually. I thought I might be able to deduce something from this column, but without knowing whether either the red or the green digit are high digits or low digits within their sequence, if you like. If this was a 1 or a 2, yeah, if that was a 1 or a 2, that would be interesting, because there must be a 1 or a 2 on a V domino, because it's either going to be 1, 4 or 2, 3. So if either of these is a low number, the other isn't. So they're not both, yeah, they're not both low. At least one of green, light green and red is high. So at least one of these is high. So at least one of these is low. Okay. Right. This is going to be some sort of colouring exercise, I think, because actually, where does 5 go in column 1 is a legitimate question. It's only got 2 places. Yeah, that's okay. There's a lot of symmetry here as well. There's so much symmetry. So 5 is in one of those places, 5 is in one of these places. Does it work? Yeah, it must work the same at the bottom. Right, so the 5s are in those places. And the 5 in box 3, it can never be on an X. So 5 is in one of those two. 5 is in one of those two. This is just going to be symmetrical, isn't it? 5 is in one of those two. 5 is in one of those two. Okay, actually, that's much less interesting than I thought it might be. But okay, I'm going to come back to what I was first thinking about, which is the nature of this X and this X. Now, this X cannot be... Right. What I was going to say is it has to be from a domino that is not involved in the green or the dark green dominoes, because if one of these is light green, the other is light green, if you see what I mean. In fact, maybe that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to extend my colouring. Yeah, okay. So there are 4 different flavours of X domino that you can have in a puzzle. You can have a 1-9, a 2-8, a 3-7 and a 4-6. Now each of those is clearly represented in this box by these individual X's. So if we colour these fully like this, and then, yeah, but what we want to do is we do want to try and keep track of the fact that we know a little bit more about these corners. So this corner square is definitely the same as that digit. So we'll black flash that digit. We'll black flash the corners, all the corners, because we know that they're the same digit. And we will, what should we do? Light grey flash these digits. So their pairing of the black flash digit will be a light coloured digit. But the point stands is the nature of these two X dominoes in row 1. They clearly cannot have a light green digit, and they clearly can't have a dark green digit on them. So these are made up of blue and red in some order. These are blue and red. Now, what does that mean? Don't know. There's no way to tell, is there? Which way round these go? The symmetry's too sort of profound. Do we play this game everywhere then? So these can't be made up of dark green or blue. So these are red and light green in some order. Red and light green. And in the bottom row, these are two variations of green, which is a very St. Patrick's Day relevant colour. I should introduce as much green as I can into the puzzle. So these are both light green. So these digits. So these are the opposite. These are the sort of. These are the red light and the blue light digits. Right, that is useful. Yes, okay, look, that is a blue light digit. So that can't go there. So the blue light digit, this is getting confusing, but the blue light digit is in the same cells as the 5, look, in the bottom row. So that digit must be the equivalent of red, which is a red light digit. It's the same as that one. So that's a red light digit, which is 1, 2, 8 or 9. That is on a renban. So this is quite an extreme renban, because whether this is 1, 2, 8 or 9, say it was 8, then there would have to be a 7 on this line. If it's 2, there has to be a 3 on it. If there's 1, there has to be a 3 on it. If there's 9, there has to be a 7 on it. So there is definitely either a 7 or a 3 on this. Oh, please let that be. No, is that right? I really want to conclude that that means that this blue thing has to be 4, 6. Is that valid or not? I fear it isn't. I know there is 3 or 7 on this, so this is not. One of those is ruled out, but it could be there, couldn't it? No, okay, I don't think that logic was sound. I felt like I might be able to do that, but I don't think it's actually valid to do that. So we're going to have to think harder. It's a bit trickier in column 1. I've got a V domino rather than an X domino. I mean, that one, that can't be light green for an X. Or red. It's not light green, it's not red, so it's either dark green or blue. But I don't think I know which of those it is. Can I do the same thing I did in this row, in either this row or this row? Because the symmetry seems sounder, doesn't it, on these 3 sides? Because you don't have to worry about the V, which actually might be the wrong way to approach this, because it may be that the V is the all-important sort of character in the piece. No. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Where is that digit, which is the light version of green, dark green, the light version of dark green? Where is that in this column? And it's not there. So it's in the same 2 positions that the 5 is, look. I'm going to give that a white flash because, or should I? I don't know. Yes, I probably should. Because I don't know which way round they go. So light green is 3, 4, 6 or 7. This square is therefore blue and is light blue. Is that one, which is 3, 4, 6 or 7. So by Sudoku, that digit is in one of those cells. Which may matter. Can I do the same here? Yeah, it's the same principle every time. This digit needs to appear in row 1. It's going to go and live in an overlapping cell with the 5. So that digit has got to be the equivalent of green, which is the dark green light digit. I haven't done a massive colouring exercise for quite a while. So now this digit is down here, look, can it be there? I don't know, maybe. I'm unsure whether it can be. Okay. So can we colour these other X's? That must be the idea, mustn't it? So are any of these colourable? The sort of inner ring of X's. Not easily, actually. Like this one, I don't think I can eliminate much from this at all. It can't be dark green, because this couldn't be a dark green colour. No, I was about to say it can't be light green. That's not true. It might be able to be light green. And I don't think, because I don't know what these are, I'm not sure I can do that. Okay, but here is a valid question. Where is the counterpart to this corner digit in this box? So what we're talking about is this square, the light version of dark green. Now that can't go in either of those squares because its counterpart on an X is that digit, the blackened version of the dark green, and that can't go there by Sudoku, and it can't go there by Sudoku. Isn't that beautiful? So the counterpart to this digit is in those squares, right, which is green. So these are now 5, 3, 4, 6 or 7. One of these is definitely that digit. And these two digits, therefore, are... Oh, goodness, this is confusing. So that they're from red... Well, okay. What they are is the same. These two digits. Yeah, these are from the same version of X domino, is what I'm going to claim. Because this is an X domino, this is an X domino, and between this and these two cells, there's the third X domino. So whatever the final version of X domino is, it goes in those two squares. So these are the same colour, which means these are the same colour. Now that one, this one here can't be light green. Because if it was light green, that would be light green and that would be broken. So this one here is actually either red or blue. So now these are different. So this, by what we've just said, this one is also red or blue. Okay, and that is useful. Because now that one seems to be the only one that could be light green. Is that valid? I think that felt valid, actually. It did feel valid as I was going through it. So these two cells are definitely, they add up to 10. These add up to 10. This definitely can't be light green. So that must also have the same colouring as this. I think that feels right, doesn't it? So the only place light green can be on a domino in box 3 is there, which means this is therefore red. Red we know is 1, 2, 8, and 9. Light green is also 1, 2, 8 or 9. Now, is this a game we have to play in these other boxes as well? I bet you it is. So what about that corner digit? Can that, the counterpart to that is that. Yeah, no. Yes, it is the same, actually. It is the same. So if, no, it's exact. No, okay, I'm thinking about this the wrong way. The counterpart to this is that, But you can't put that in either of those two squares because its counterpart is that again, and that would go into those two squares, which would see this one. So the counterpart to this goes on the diagonal, which is exactly the same as box 3. So these are from 3, 4, 6, 7 and 5. And these squares are now... This is going to give us this one, I think. I think it's the same logic again. So these can't be... Well, let's look at this one, because this can't be dark green. It also can't be red. And it also can't be blue. So it is light green. So it's that one again, I think. Definitely can't be red. Definitely can't be dark green. And that can't be blue. Yeah. Okay, so that's light green. So this can't be light green. So that's dark green. So this has become light green. This is therefore green. That's therefore green. And the result of that is... Okay, what is dark? Dark green is 3, 4, 6 and 7. Light green was 1, 2, 8 and 9. So let's fill in these. Oh, I mean, this is going... I'm in an absolute festival of pencil marking. I'm going to find this too confusing if it goes much further. And can I colour these according to their... not sure actually. I'm not sure if I can. There might be a way, but I'm not seeing it immediately. Right. But I haven't done the same trick here. Now, can I do the same trick here? So the question we ask is, where does row 1, column 1 go? And, well, where does the counterpart to this, which is that digit, go? Can it go in those two? That would cause a light green black digit into one of those, which would clash. So no. So these are made up. This is light green, grey and 5. So 5, 1, 2, 8, 9. These are therefore adding up to 10 across the domino. This domino can't be red and it can't be lime green. So this is either dark green or blue, which means this is either dark green or blue, which means I've now got 4 such cells in box 1, and the only place for red is in the top row. And that's going to give us this as being blue, which means these two are now red. These two are now red. Oh, look. No. Near. Oh, yes, you are. A slight Avillo moment there. Is that good or bad? Or is it just nonsense? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like I really want to be able to colour these light greens. These are the same, so this is different. So if these were blue, one of these must be 5, mustn't it? I can't put 5 in both of those. Yeah, so one of these is 5. I'm just wondering, can I get this digit now, or am I barking up the wrong tree? This digit is clearly not red. It's tricky. No, it's tricky. I'm not sure. I mean, I can see an argument that says this could be that one, but that depends on what this is. And I don't think I know what this is, because I don't know which of these is the grey digit. One of these is 5. One of them is the grey digit. That's going to fix the orientation of this, which is then going to give me more insight into what this is. Wowee. Okay, this is tricky. This is tricky. Okay, so we're going to have to think again. What's the colour of this then? It's not red, and it's not lime green. So it's either dark green or blue. Now, do we know which? The answer is... I don't think so. Although I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. What are these the 3, 4, 6, 7 variants? They are, aren't they? So these are from, whether this is blue or green, the blue-green things are 3, 4, 6 and 7. So these are definitely 3, 4, 6 and 7, all of these. These are all reds. Whenever we see those, they're all 1, 2, 8, 9. This is 3, 4, 6, 7. Yes, there's a 3, 4, 6, 7 quadruple in the top row, but we sort of know that already in a strange way. We've got to be able to colour. That's the key. We've got to colour more. That's what this is all about. Somehow I have to extend this colouring in some intelligent way. I'm just not seeing how to do it. Right, this is not red. And this is not lime green. So is it the same as this? But oh, and it's not this. Okay, so right. So there's a red-green quadruple in this column. Sorry, a blue-green, blue-dark green quadruple. Now, what on earth does that mean? And that is an interesting question. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, that square can't be light green, can it, this one? So this is either exactly equal to 5 or it's red. Now, can it be red? If it's red, it's going to be the same as that one. Where's that one? See, that digit, which is the light coloured red, is either there or there. Which means... Oh, wait. No. Right. Here is an important point that I hadn't appreciated. Ah, okay. This double green thing here is taking one of the digits 1 and 2 away from the V domino. But there must be... Yeah, I see. There's got to be a red on here. There must be a low red digit on the V domino, because if there wasn't, let's say that the low V was the low red was in one of those squares instead, then 1 and 2 could not be on the V domino, and that cannot work, can it? Because then it wouldn't be able to add up to 5. So there must be a 1 or a 2 on it, and the light green digit is not on it. So the other colour, which is red, which could hold a 1 or a 2, must live on it, and it's not the black digit. Right, so one of those, I don't know which one, is low red. And now that is high red. So that's the first time we've actually been able to detect something about now. Right, now look at this. There is a really low digit on this 3-cell renban, which is a 1 or a 2. So this renban now contains 2 and 3 for sure, because if it's 1, it's a 1, 2, 3 triple. If it's 2, it's either 1, 2, 3 or it's 2, 3, 4. But there must be 2 and 3 on here, and that means that means something. Actually, I do want to come back over here as well. I think this is huge what we've worked out here. This feels like a real breakthrough to me. Okay, but this and this are not 3s. And they are... So that's light green. So now that can't be 7. And light blue, so that can't be 7. So that can't be 7. So 7 in this column is in one of those 3 squares. This can't be 7, so that can't be 3. So now there is a 7. There is a 7 on the renban, so there is a 6 on the renban. How is that? Is that really true? That's magic if that's true. I don't trust that at all. Or do I? If I knock 3 out of these squares, that's 2 of the 4 digits that could be 3. So the 3 has to be in one of those 2, which means 7 is in one of those 2, which means 6 is in the other one, to make this consecutive. So now that digit and that digit are a 3-4 pair, which means that digit is a 3 or a 4, and that digit is a 3 or a 4, which means these digits are not 3 and 4. And now I've got a 6-7 pair here. I've got a 5-6-7 triple here. And that digit is 6 or 7. Oh, this is close, isn't it? This is really close to breaking this open, I think. I've just got to have well, I think one more insight and we'll be there. Where are you, Mr. Insight? Why can't I see what you're trying to tell me? No. What? Oh! Yes, yes. Okay. Look at column 2. Where's this digit in column 2? It's not there by Sudoku. It's not there because it's there. It's in one of those 2 squares. So it's got to be there, and that's going to colour that digit, which colours this digit. Now that's then the high digit. That's the low digit. So by Sudoku, that red digit, the red high digit goes there, look. So that's red high is 8 or 9, which is that one. That's the low one. 2 reds have appeared in row 5. And I must know what that digit is now. Or do I? Maybe I don't. Ah, what's going on? I've got blue, green and red in this column. So I need that one can't be the other green. That's it. I get the 5s. Right. The point is that this digit in this column is either there, well it can't be there, it would be in the same box, or there. So it must be there, which means this can't be 5. So that is now that is light green. This has to be 5, and that means that's 5, which means that's 5, which means that's 5, and we should get a whole load of extra deductions from that, I think, because the 5s they don't merit colour. That's certainly true. So this is now these other ones lose their white stripe, if indeed I gave them a white stripe. So that digit now, it's definitely not 5. It is that one, so it's 6 or 7. Can we do the same here? That's definitely not 5. That is that digit, so that's 6 or 7. And now this sees a blue digit, so that has to be green. And now I don't know. Oh, come on, Simon. So green, what was green? Green was 3, 4, 6 and 7s. Can I get that one? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Hang on. Okay, and if that's light, that's now the blackened version of the 1289. So that's the light version. So the blackened version is in one of those. The greyed version of light green is in one of those. Oh, bobbins, come on, Simon. It's going to be... Or can I get that digit now? Ah, I can keep colouring my lime greens. And now something's going on in this row. That has to be... Well, it's clearly got to be blue or green. But which? Whether it's blue or green, it's got to be a low digit. Oh, please let that be true. Actually, that's really cool if that's true. Because that can't be 3. It would break that. Hang on, let me think about this. Yeah, I think that's right. I think the missing colour from row 2 is blue-green. So that is a blue or a green digit, which means it's a 3, 4, 6 or 7, but by Sudoku it's not a 6 or a 7. So it's a 3 or a 4, but we know it can't be a 3 because there's a 3 on there, so that is a 4. I don't know what that's going to do, really, but it seems quite exciting. So this is 3... Oh, hang on. Now this can't be 6 at all. So this has to be a 3, 7 pair, even though I don't know its colour. And that has to be a 6, and that has to be a 4. And that has to be a something. A 3 or a 7. And if this is a 4, this sequence is 1, 2, 3 now. This is so strange. It's so strange. Okay, so now we get the colour. Now we know that the lime green blackened digit is low. So that's low. We know that the other one therefore must be high. We've got to be really careful about this because I haven't really got my colouring fully founded yet. This digit is now an 8 or a 9 and is not that one. So that's got to be red high, I think, by Sudoku. And if that's red high, you guessed it, that's red low, which means this is not Rob low, it's red high. That one gets that moniker now. This one by Sudoku is now that one. That one is not that one, is that one. Which by Sudoku works, unfortunately, I think. So red's in one. Light red is in one of these. Okay. And for our next trick, we will argue about... I don't know. That's a 3 or a 7 by Sudoku. So this is a 4-6 pair by Sudoku. And can we get the order? That's definitely... Oh, this is blue. Ah, that's it. There we go. This is great because that is definitely a blue pair, which means this definitely isn't blue. That's been available for a while, just didn't see it. So now that's got to be a blue pair, which means this has to be a green pair, which means this is also from the blue collective, which means that's obviously blue. So blue is 3, 7 wherever it appears, and we know that blue is there. So 3, 7. Oh, don't stop there. That would be jolly. That's... Oh. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Okay, we can start to colour some things in. That's a 4 in the corner. So that's a 6, that's a 4, that's a 6, that's a... Ah! What on earth did I hit then? I don't know what it was, but it was scary. Okay. Now. So we know these are all 4s and 6s. We know that's definitely 4 and 6 now. There's a 6 here, so that's helpful. 6 and 4 can go in. 4 by Sudoku's got to go there. Sort of a relief that it doesn't seem to be clashing with anything. So this row now, we've not had 3 in it. We've not had lime green at all in this row. So at some stage we're going to have to work out where all that goes. I can't immediately see how to do that. One of these is lime green, but it's the high lime green. It's not that one. So these are from 5, 8 and 9. That one is dark green, which is the 6 colour. So we better, actually we could colour these up within their thingy, couldn't we? Thingy being the technical term. That's definitely that colour, and that's the black green. That's black green. This is grey green. Now, does that mean that this is the dark coloured one? Unsure. I'm not certain about that. And this 1, 2, 3 triple here tells us that that is a high digit. So this is a low digit, which means that's a high, that's a low. Which is the black, so that's black digit, that's the black digit, these are the grey digits. And therefore, so what we really, oh I see, hang on. Yeah, so what we need to do is there's got to be some colour that's coincident. Hang on, if 1 is on here, if this was a 1-4 pair, and red is on here, and red is on there, red would have to be 1, I suppose. That's probably okay. Sorry, I'm mumbling away here. Right, that's not 4 by Sudoku. So that's not 1 by Sudoku. Yeah, there's something fishy to me about whether this is a 2-3 pair, in which case the digits on this would have to also appear on this renban. Or whether this can actually be, oh, it can't be a 1-4 pair. Actually, there's a 4 looking at it. That's a very simple way to deduce. Right, that's sort of dealt with the question I was thinking about, which is because this is now a 2-3 pair, the 2 colours on this must both be on this as well. But if that's a 2-3 pair, that's a 1 in the corner. So lime green is 1, 9 now, which means we can take 8 out of these squares. Which means red is 8s and 2s, so we can fill in a whole load of stuff there. Ah, okay, so that became a 2 as a result of that. So red is 8 and 2. Let's fill in some of those. Can we do all of them or not? Maybe we can't do them all. That's 9, that's 1, that's 9, that's 1, that's 9, that's 1. That's 9, that's 5. Ah, that's given me another 5 in the grid, which is probably a good thing. That doesn't have colour. That doesn't have colour. So that loses its thingy thing. That loses its thingy thing. And that's going to be, that's that one, isn't it? So that's a 7. Yeah, we must be on the home straight now. Can't I get that digit? Or I now know there's a 3 on this. Do I know what the colour of 3 is? Yes, it's blue, black. Right, so blue, black goes over here. But I don't know which one is blue, black. But I also know that blue, black is over here as well. Along with green, look, there's a 1 on here, and that's green. So that must go there. So that's green, black, and is 1. That's 3, which is the same as blue, black, which means that one is not blue, black. That one is blue, black. And we know that that's the 2, that's the 3. Good. Okay, that's probably the last tricky bit, I would think. We haven't put 7 into this box. So 7 goes in here. That does the 3s and the 7s at the top, which I was wondering how we were going to resolve that. It's not that easy a puzzle, actually, is it? There may well have been just a better way of colouring it than I've spotted. 2 goes here, 3 goes here, 9 goes here. 2 goes here, 8 goes here. That's a 9, that's a 1. 1 goes here by Sudoku. I think I'll do the colouring at the very end, because I think we're on the home straight now. We've just got to figure out these 4s and 6s somehow. 4s, 6s and 8s. Well, 8 must go here. So this is a 4 or a 6. And in this column, we've not put in, I was going to say we haven't put in 5, but we actually haven't put in 3. So 3 goes there. We know that's 9, that's 1. That's got to be a 1, I think. This row needs 5s, 6s and 7s. So that's a 6 naked single, that's 6, 5, that's 7, that's 5. That's 4, 6, 4, 6, 4. And that's probably a something. A 3. No. 2. A 2. That could be could be the correct solution. So let's double click all the 2s. Double click all the 1s. Let's make sure all our colouring is consistent across every digit. So 7s were blue and light, weren't they? 9s were lime green and light. 5s never got a colour. 8s definitely had a colour. They were meant to be red and dark. 4s got a colour. They were meant to be dark and green. 3 is meant to, oh no, it's not going to let me do it. 3 is meant to be, okay, blue and dark. And I bet you this is going to absolutely get castigated because I'm likely to have missed the shading of one digit here. I'm trying to see which one it is. I can't see it. I mean, it's a bit of a mess, frankly. But I think it might be correct. It is correct. 100. Wow. Oh, this is an old puzzle. I didn't realise. 200. Yeah, it's 250 days old. Okay, so I wonder when Jeff made it then. I presumed it had been made for this St. Patrick's Day, but it wasn't even made for last St. Patrick's Day. But it was. That's a fantastic puzzle. I'm quite surprised at the rating of that one, actually. I think I saw it was 3 stars on Logic Masters Germany. That felt more like a 4-star puzzle, if I'm honest. But that could be because I've missed a subtlety in how you meant to colour it. If you'd started in a different way, perhaps. But the whole trick, I think, is to work out some sort of analogy between this V and this renban. And maybe there was a way to get to that quicker. But it's gorgeous, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous that something so symmetrical, just with a stalk of a clover, can resolve itself. It's magnificent. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.